Hello and welcome everybody. Today we're doing another tutorial because I think fur is really important. It's pretty much in any drawing that you do of furries, except when you do scalies or avians, I suppose. But yeah, for most art, fur is good, and I feel like every furry artist should know how to draw fur. I'll show you how to do it in my pretty simple style. I don't know much about how to actually in like paintings when you work with brushes. I'm not sure yet there how to do it. If I know that eventually I might make a tutorial on it as well. But right now this tutorial is really just focusing on like really simplistic art and how I do the illusion of like really fluffy boyos. So yeah, let's jump into it. Alright, here we are on the canvas. Here I made a little bit of a comparison. Don't question why I went back and unfluffed a drawing of mine. Yeah, like here you can really see it. Like this is how I usually draw the right one, and I see a lot of art of furries where they actually don't do a lot of fluff. It's often that like the head is a bit fluffy and that's about it, and then that's just pretty much normal human anatomy and not much fluff incorporated. Since the whole body would be fluff on furries and anthros, I believe that it does look a lot better if basically the whole body has a lot of fluff going for it. I feel like it's not only more realistic, but also adds a little bit of an extra flair and yeah, fluffy cuteness if you do like the whole body like that. So now I would like to go a little bit more in detail, and here's for example a normal stroke, some outline, and I'm gonna show how I fluff that fluff up. Alright, if you follow me and watch like some of my streams, you often see me do that kind of stuff. It's really nothing too special. I'm just kind of going in and adding like these little like somewhat triangle shapes. I like to have my everything like pretty round in my style. So I really go in, I have like the normal outline and I go a little bit outwards and then like, yeah, erase again. So it's really like, you can see like normally the outline would be here and it just like goes a little bit outwards, just indicating a little bit of fluff. Really simple. Like you could like overcomplicate it and have like a lot going on. Have like, depends on how detailed you want to have it. You can add like more little bumps and make it more detailed. I often like to keep it a bit more simple, like this, for example, when it's a shoulder. Especially when it's a shoulder, I often make like, oh wait, sorry, I often add like a little bit like this, still indicating where the shoulder is basically. And at the same time, it is still fluffy. So you have a little bit of like the outer line, basically, yeah, the outer shoulder line, but it still has fluff. I often do that little trick and I think it looks pretty neat. I'm happy with it. And yeah, that's basically how you do it. Here I have another little drawing of mine that I recently made that we can use as an example, basically. Yeah, this is like a shoulder that I made. This is basically what I just explained. Yeah, I didn't do this like super perfect, but you can see there's like this line as well. It like indicates like this is really where the shoulder is. If there wasn't a lot of fluff, if this was just a human shoulder, this is basically where it would sit. But yeah, then I went just like out there and like add these little extra triangle or bumps or whatever you want to call them. And yeah, then you like erase a little bit and like that you like kind of work out where that goes. I did that for like a while, so I can do that pretty easily, and I guess you'll over time get a feel as well for it, like where it's best. I often like to add it for like extra detail, especially on like shoulders. I like to add it on elbows as well, like this. Really like where like, for example, arms bend, necks are like often nice as well. Like you can really fluff that up and I think it has like a nice flair. Yeah, normal fur on animals, it like works pretty simple or like pretty similar with this style, as you can see. You really also go in and just add these little bumps. You can like add like a little bit more flair like that when you, for example, you have like these, but you can also go a little bit more like that. Often do that for like hair as well, that I do like a bit of a swing like that. Adds a little bit of a different flair as well. Really depends on what you like there. In the end, there's not really that much to it. It's pretty simple on this art style, I would say. I mean, I have a bunch of practice for it, but I would say that even like more beginner artists can even do that as well. Pretty simple. If not, then always take reference. References are always good. And I feel like this can even help if you do this with anatomy, because I know anatomy can be really difficult at the beginning, and you should definitely invest in learning that. But if you're unsure about certain parts and still want the picture to look good, you can often add a little bit of fluff on like certain body parts and yeah, hide a little bit of the actual anatomy, making, in my opinion, furries easier to draw than humans actually. To show you what I mean, I've got another recent drawing of mine. Here's, for example, the hand, where I was personally a little bit not sure how to actually draw this. So I really added a little bit of fluff here to the parts that hides a bit of the actual wrist. And yeah, makes it a bit more simple. Like there's really just the fluff here and not like really the direct connection drawn. It still looks pretty decent, I feel like. I think I still have a lot of to learn. We always have stuff to learn still. We can always improve. Again, I wouldn't use this to just avoid learning, but if you just feel like making a neat drawing, then it's a neat way of, yeah, kind of cheat that way. I mean, in art is a lot of things are like basically somewhat cheating, copy pasting and stuff like that. For learning, it even tracing can still be pretty good. But yeah, it's all like a scale of like what you actually feel like. Okay, as long as you learn, in my opinion, and don't like, yeah, take other people's work as yours, I think it's all fine. And there you have it. It's not something super crazy or out there, but I hope that still this helps some people. Especially like maybe some beginners. And yeah, if you enjoyed this video, I would greatly appreciate if you leave me a like and maybe also subscribe so you don't miss any other tutorials or speed paints of furry stuff that I do on this channel. And yeah, thank you for watching and see you in the next one.